I try to limit it to 10. It gets pretty tight after that, and we charge 20 to $25. I don't know what she's going to decide this year.
Just,
All right. What do we show for time?
Couple minutes out yet.
5:29. Yep, 4-7. Nope. Got it. Oh, Caden's on board. 5:30, Mel? Good evening, everybody. It is 5:30 on the 16th, and we will call the Choteau City Council meeting to order. I'll have those in attendance here stand, rise, and do the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everybody. Tonight here at City Hall with us, we have Councilman Murja, Councilman Howard, myself, Deputy Clerk Fraunfelder, Rich Lusky, my wife Tammy, Phil Spectol, and Mel Martinson from the Acantha. Online, we have Peter Doyakos with Councilman Steve Doyakos. So congratulations, Dad.
Thank you. Thank you.
What's that? Oh, I know. I'm going to get there. Also online with us tonight, we have Levi Wareheim from our Public Works Department. And greetings to Caden Keller, who is zooming in from Shelby. And I will fill you guys in on him in a little bit here as to why he's on board. Okay. First thing on the agenda tonight would be you're going out of state tomorrow. Sunday. How long you out?
5 days.
Okay, so you'll be back time for Turkey Day. No, you will not be.
No. Evening of.
Okay. So you're gone 19 to 24, huh? Okay, or 20 to 25.
25.
Okay. Anyone else? We went out of state? Okay, that's a given. The first item on the agenda tonight, and she is conspicuously missing, would be the appointment and swearing in of our new council member.
we got approved minutes from our last council meeting.
Oh, sorry about that.
It's all right.
Yep, I jumped over that.
I
You
move
have-
approval of the minutes.
I have a
Second.
motion from Councilman D and a motion second from Councilman Murja. Having read through them, I didn't see anything, any corrections, but anybody else?
Looked good.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes stand approved. Councilman Murja, I'm turning the floor over to you for this one,
Okay,
and you can give your report on this and go from there and explain what's going on.
so what was that?
Last Thursday.
Last Thursday, Councilman Howard and I interviewed 4 interested parties for the empty seat on the council. They were Ron Collier, Sarah Cocoli, Jack Preston Jr., and Matt Marquette. I tell you, it was actually a really neat night. We had good candidates, good people who all had good ideas and a good finger on the pulse of Choteau, I think. And after we interviewed each of them, we discussed it and decided to offer it to Sarah Cocoli, and she has accepted. So she will be our new council member, but I'll turn it back over to you for why we're skipping this one.
I would take a motion
We have to table this one, don't we?
We do not. We can appoint her, but we do not swear her in until the next meeting.
Okay. So then I move we appoint Sarah Kokoli as our new council member to fill out the 2-year term. Replacing Mark Angel.
I have a motion from Councilman Merja to appoint Sarah Kokoli.
Second.
I have a second from Councilman Howard. Any discussion?
Yep. Just as a point of interest,
Yep.
Councilman Merger referred to a 2-year term. Can you just elaborate briefly for the public on why it's 2-year versus a 4-year?
It's actually going to be 1 month and 2 years because she's going to fill out the last month of the current term.
Right, and then she will fill it. So the way Montana, and it's Montana Code annotated that reads this way, am I correct?
Yep.
Okay. That we appoint a council member until the next general election. So even though that would be, so Mark, if he had been here, would have been reelected for a 4-year term. The next general election in the city is in 2 years. So that is when that person would have to run again, and they would actually then only be elected for 2 years, and then they would run again opposite me. So, and because we're staggered that way, we don't turn over the entire board at one time.
Thank
So
you.
the next election would have a 2-year and a 4-year council person on it.
Right.
Yep. So that everybody stays staggered.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Anything else, Councilman D?
Nope. I call the question.
Those in favor?
Aye.
We will welcome Councilman Kokoli when she returns, and she had a family issue that took her to Helena today. And when we spoke, I told her, as I've told all of these guys, and I would tell everybody else, it's family first. We'll get this taken care of. So next item up on the agenda tonight would be to hand these to Councilman Howard to swear myself in, and we will and swear Councilman Merja in for our next terms. It's the same old, just. Yes.
I, and state your name,
I, Christian Doyne,
I, Stuart Merja,
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support,
do
solemnly
solemnly
swear that I will affirm or support
protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States,
to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the state of Montana,
and the Constitution of the state of Montana,
and that I will
and that I will
discharge the duties of my office with fidelity. So help me God.
That I will
discharge my duties with
of my
fidelity.
Office with fidelity, so
So
help me God.
You are sworn in.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks.
Our new terms will not take effect until the first meeting in January, but I figured we would get those out of the way tonight since we were going to take care of Sarah, and Tom and Jody had done the paperwork. So Tom will attest to those and we will get that taken care of. So thank you, Councilman Howard, for doing that. Item number 3 would be the task order with Great West for our growth policy. In order for us to change zoning, we have to have our growth policy taken care of. And we have a CBDG grant to take care of this. So one of the things we are working on is getting that taken care of. Now, that being said, the majority of the growth policy is being crafted and be ready to present to the public for comment and changes. Our next step would be to get a public needs survey put together, which we have, and we've taken a combination from what Choteau had in the past. We put a little bit of Phillipsburg in it. We put a little bit of Thompson Falls in it. We've
Forsyth,
Cascade. We've taken smaller communities of our size, put it together, and Great West is putting it into SurveyMonkey form. So we'll have it out by SurveyMonkey. We will also have it out in a emailable format if somebody wants to do it that way. We'll also have it out in a hard copy format so that if people want it, we can get it to them as well. We would like as much input as possible on this so that as we look to change the zoning, we can do it in conjunction with the growth policy and the way the growth policy is set to guide us for the next, I believe, what are they, 10-year terms on the growth policy? Or they,
So
yeah,
10. Yeah.
so
I move approval of task order number 5.
I have a motion from Councilman D and a second from Councilman Howard. Any questions? Mel, Phyllis, Dan, Tom? Tom's been involved in this.
Mhm.
There is a timeline that we will get to Mel so she can get it published in the Acantha is how we want to be done or how we want to get going with this. And hopefully we could have the final growth policy ready for public approval in March. I gotta say, it's a Herculean effort to get it done by then, considering how long it took the last one to get done. But in going through it, and a lot of the updating to it is nothing more than changing the demographics for the community, changing the median incomes, median age, housing availability. What's that, Steve?
Just changing the data,
Yeah, the data.
the hard
part of it.
data.
Yeah, and updating maps, updating stormwater, parks, streets, all that stuff. And Mike did yeoman's work in getting his end of it done, and Jody and I got the rest of it put together. And a basic rendition of it is at Great West right now. They're reviewing it and putting together the community needs survey, and we'll go from there. So I'd ask folks that are watching tonight to be prepared for that to come out, and we'll get it out as often as we possibly can, social media wise and otherwise. There's no other questions. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Claims. We got a few claims on the list.
I move approval of the claims.
I'll second that.
I have a motion from Councilman D on claims and a second from Councilman Merja. Anything jumping out at you guys? We need any questions?
I don't think so.
No, it was pretty straightforward.
Mel, any questions? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Perfect. As we head into our reports, I'm going to jump ahead and talk about why we have an extra guy online tonight. And on board tonight, he's muted and he's got his camera off, so don't worry about it, is Caden Keller. Caden is a member of the Lee Law Firm in Shelby. And there's Caden, he's on board. Some of you guys might recognize Caden because he also doubles as the cross country and the track coach for the Shelby Coyotes, correct? And
Yes, that's correct.
Caden has come on board to be our new civil attorney.
Hi, everybody.
Caden came, and I sent him his first order today, some stuff to take care of with Great West on our wastewater thing. Caden came with great recommendations from my brother Jeff, Sarah Sexy out of Great Falls, and the other folks we talked to. The law firm up there, Lee Law Firm, where he's at, is known for their civil stuff, and it's going to keep an eye on him and help him out along with us as we grow. So, Caden, welcome aboard. And to be honest with you, this will probably be the most we'd see of you, because majority of stuff we will send you is mostly contract review and things like that. Okay, as you got today.
Certainly.
So-
Look forward to working with everybody.
We will get you down here at some point in time so you can meet everybody in person, but until my clerk is back from being absent without permission, she's on vacation, she has permission, but we'll get you down here to meet Jody and everybody and go from there. So thank you for coming on board. We look forward to a long relationship with you guys up in Shelby.
Thanks. We look forward to it as well. Thank you.
It was, and I'm going to throw this out there to cut off some steam. It's easier for me or for us to have an out of town person handle the civil side of things because there's less likelihood of a conflict of interest. And in doing that, I don't have to go find somebody for one job and find somebody for the next job. The chances of a conflict of interest here are minimized greatly by doing this. So we were very pleased to get it done, and I dragged my feet in getting it done. I should have had it done sooner, and I apologize. So, all righty. Thanks, you guys. Thanks, Caden. As we move on, yep, hold on, Mel.
Have you signed a contract with Caden?
Yes, I have a letter of intent, and I'll get you a copy of it. I have a letter of engagement, I should say.
What's going to be our hourly rate?
what did I put? I have it and I will make sure you have a copy of it. It's significantly less than our previous one. Yeah. Yeah. It was significantly less than what Jeff was being charged. So, and I will have that. I thought I had given that to Jody to put in here, but maybe not. I will find it.
I don't think,
If you don't have it, I'll get it. I'll go look for it before you leave, Joe. I mean, Mel, and we'll go from there, okay? So. Law enforcement. 31/8's back, 7 citations issued, 15 traffic stops. One of the citations you'd recognize the last name of, but I will make no more reference to the fact that my twin brother got stopped for speeding. No arrests were made in October. Had 83 calls in Choteau in addition to the above citations, as well as in the surrounding area, just outside of Choteau, there was a number of calls, so. Congruently, Joe, my report from Jen follows up 2 disorderly, 2 ordinance, 2 speeding. And she said, she's like, Devin was out on vacation, so his report might not be ready, but we got him done. City judge from Rasmussen for the city, 2 speeding, dog at large, an insurance, fictitious plate, and a stop sign. 8 city cases. Zoning, Tom, you want me to handle this? You want to do it?
Zoning has been going down, although it hasn't stopped yet. Biggest one is the new commercial building, although I don't think I've seen them start breaking ground, but they were going to.
It's cordoned off and there are flags galore down that way.
Oh, okay.
But I see that the contractor's still working on the Starbucks store next to Breen Oil in Great Falls. So I know he said he wasn't going to break. They weren't going to get too carried away until they had that place buttoned down.
that's this RKF Choteau.
Yeah.
Okay, go Family Dollar. And then the other big project right now is the wagon wheel.
Wagon wheel. Yeah. And that one's still under review. We haven't got all the paperwork done on that one yet, correct? Or is that,
No, I think that one's done.
okay. So it'll show up on next month's report. Yep, okay.
Did they
No, I
change?
think it showed up on last.
I was gonna say, did they change
Was
what
it
they were
on it?
doing? 'Cause it was on the last one.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, it was on the last one as a partial demolition.
Oh, I got you. That's correct. Yeah. They're gonna be digging over there Thursday, Friday from the sounds of it, dealing with the new foundations and stuff like that.
Okay,
I have to check if they did it. Their full permit, they paid for their full permit.
Yeah.
And they forgot to.
Okay, no biggies. Mike's City Works, Public Works. As you can see, our influent numbers since, and I like how he did this. In 2018, and he ran it from January 1st to November 16th of each year from an 18, 19, 20, and 21. So in 2018, they were treating on an average day 278,571,871 gallons of water through the treatment center. This year, it's less than half. It's 130,048,726. And you can attribute that to some of the lines being sleeved and run, but Mike and I both honestly believe that the majority of it is Spring Creek running faster, not backing up groundwater, and not causing us influent problems.
well, then we don't have no problem.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, I mean, 53%, 53.3% less sewage this year than they did in 2018. Our effluent samples since last month are very good. Nutrient sample of effluent has shown a slight increase in nitrogen, ranging about 10.5 micrograms per liter. Effluent frost versus holding. We did take a call from City of Fairfield and went down and conducted some camera surveys on their video of their sewer main lines entering their lagoon. They're having some issues down there. So we went down there and kind of did a training day, took the cameras and see if we could help them out some. We do have a pump issue out at the influent lift station that is currently offline. We believe it is a motor that's been burned out. And you will notice that I put on Facebook every so often a picture of the lift station motor that's covered in flushable items that are not truly flushable. Those things eat up those pumps in a hurry. It does have a significant number of hours on it. We're in the process of having it diagnosed to make sure what's up. We do have another pump in place. Possible we'll get this pump rebuilt because they are expensive as all get out to replace. And we do have a diesel pump on standby if we were to have another pump failure. So they've got all those contingencies are taken care of. On the public water side, all of our tests are coming back good. No, knock on wood, no significant water repairs since our last report. We are continuing to search for groundwater leaks. It appears that any current water leak we have are running into the subsurface gravels and groundwater rather than making them surfacing where we have a chance to find them. We have contacted with both Great West and Central Excavation for assist in locating water leaks. And what we're looking for is something that's got somebody who's got a radar system that we could do an underground radar on. As he says, we're going to try something relatively new here. We're going to install a variable frequency drive to pump at the Rickham Pump House. With the VFD, we can maintain steady water pressure in the system while bypassing the tanks. With the tank shut off, we can monitor the tanks for leaks. So basically what we'll do is we'll pump water around the tank, fill the tanks up, pump water around them, wait for a period of time and see what, if any, drains out of the tanks. And if we have a leak, that's coming through them. We can also try to isolate some areas of water main to look for significant flow drops when they are shut down, thus indicating a leak. And as, of course, we will notify the water users of potential shutdowns in those testing areas before we do anything. As he said previously, we try to measure pressure at hydrants to find leaks and compare data from the past to that. But when we did this the first time, we did not have an adequate tank level data. So with the new PLC installed at Rickham, we're hoping that we'll have some data and we hope to rerun that experiment in the next month to see if we can also find some things that way. Our water loss is still above 50%, you guys. So for every 1,000,000 gallons of water we're pumping, we're losing 500,000, almost 600,000 gallons of it. Okay. Given what is the red area up there is when the fiber optics was installed in Choteau, and we were trying to overlay the fiber maps on the water maps to look for potential conflicts in areas to further investigate for leaks as well.
Because we still aren't back down to where we were before.
No.
I got a couple places for you to look.
Yeah, so you can see in October, 10 million gallons purchased, barely a little bit over 4 million accounted for, 59% loss. And those pumps, again, are pumping all the time. And if you're pumping 60% of what you're pumping is being lost, that's wear and tear, that's O&M on those things we got to deal with. Streets, we've been taking care of some fair weather to get some pothole patching. They did make a trip to Great Falls to get some cold mix a couple weeks ago. They have not graded alleys for a while because without moisture, it's not effective. We just make a bigger mess.
I did appreciate them filling the pothole.
Yeah.
That was it was starting to get deep.
Yeah. Leaf pickup is winding down. We had a pretty good year compared to the last couple. Fair weather has allowed us to get out nearly every day, and we collected a bunch of leaves. The compost site at the sewer plant is doing great with all the leaves and grass clippings collected during the summer, and it is cooking down into compost and soil. We did get a permit from DNRC to create, as we've talked about in previous meetings, a compost pile out there, and all the leaves we picked up, we've been hauling out there and they've been composting.
Are we aerating it or just
Yep.
turning it?
We're just turning it.
Okay.
I gotta say, you gotta love social media, because there was out on social media, there was a thing with the guy, the city of Bozeman was baling their leaves at a leaf baler. And didn't you send me that? And Mike wants to find somebody who's got a baler that's got twine in it or got the netting in it, and see if we can't try that next year. And bale them rather than pick them up.
Huh.
Go to Bozeman Public Works on their Facebook page. It's pretty interesting. We had, and other than that, you know, we have the normal everyday things going on as far as the public works things. And I thank those public works guys, because they've been out in the wind and busting, and it's been,
Any modifications to that, baby?
Mike was gonna call Public Works down there. I said, I didn't want to mix it up, because I said I like the idea. So he goes, I'll reach out to Bozeman Public Works, and I don't know if he did or not.
We'll just rake them into the middle of the street and bang 'em.
Right along the curb, right along the curb.
Oh, my gosh.
Did Jody give us a report, Tom, before she left? No. Public, so finance is on vacation, but I can tell you here in the office, she's been busy wrapping up the end of the annual report and working on the growth policy with me to get that taken care of. Assistant Chief Howard, put on your fireman's hat for a minute.
We had elections a few weeks ago, no new changes. Few on some boards. And status quo there. The new fire engine plugging away, still got some blankets on its way to Great Falls.
It's in Great Falls.
Okay. So when we get that back, then we have one drain valve to replace on the bottom of it. We'll be able to actually do the pump test. As far as I know, we've passed our air tests.
Okay,
So we've tested it that way.
I'd heard that we passed the air, but.
We don't test it with high, because it's so dangerous, but everything looks good. So then we'll do a full pressure water test, and when everything's passed, we had to get one more tire rim. We found a crack after Ryan Deppner, I believe, came and polished our rims. We had one,
Oh.
we bought one already, and he polished that one. He couldn't stand the other one, so he polished all of them. We found another cracked one. So they had one more rim come in.
So we can blame Ryan.
So as soon as all those things are fixed, then we'll put some equipment on it.
Okay.
About ready to go.
I reached out to
Probably another month or.
Okay, I reached out to Greg Funk today about getting some possible drivers for Christmas stroll to haul the kids around.
Yeah, Mel's kind of been after me on that. Yeah, we'll make sure it happens. And it looks like.
Stay on
we're
him,
gonna
Mel.
Be about 3 o'clock or so. We'll probably be set up
Okay.
down by the carpet store where we usually
Okay.
are. At home.
What else do you have from your councilman hat?
I don't think I have too much this time. The interviews, all 4 were really good candidates.
Good, I'm
It
glad.
was actually a kind of hard decision.
Yeah, well,
But that bodes well for us as a community. That does people that have their heart into this. Councilman D, what do you got for me?
All right. First up, Lions Club is the kind of top of the order. We're still taking orders for the Lions Club and Sir Optimus Community Dinner. Website is all over social media and posters. I think flyers are going to go out to the school possibly. They're at the library and all around town.
I'll get it out on our city page tomorrow as well.
Yep. And then we are still looking for a couple more volunteers to help out on Thanksgiving, just assembling orders, cooking, that kind of stuff. Contact Al Kostelnik if you're interested in helping out with that. We do appreciate it. Let's see, from the Port Authority, it looks like we have resolved that position, and we have found a new hire in Jen Asselstein. At our meeting this Thursday, we're going to be dealing with the contract and making that all happen. So congratulations to her, and I look forward to working with her on all the projects that are going on. Chamber of Commerce, Christmas stroll is coming up on December 4th. If you are interested in having a vendor space at the Scout Hall, contact Danny Arps this year. We'll have her information out on social media as well. And just kind of the Christmas stroll aside, we had our board nominations this month at our board meeting. want to say thanks to Annie and Kayla who've served on the board, whose terms are up. Annie sounds like she's going to continue on, and Kayla Breen, thank you to her for her service on the board. And then finally, personally, just want to, on behalf of Sandra and myself, I want to thank everyone in the community who helped us welcome our new son, Peter Michael. The outpouring of love and generosity with meals so that we don't have to cook and that kind of stuff has just been wonderful. So just a big thank you to everyone in the community for that.
Thank you. Councilman Merja.
I got a couple of things. First of all, I have actually, since, I think it was 2 meetings ago, I talked about skate park and looking for help on that. I'm gonna keep going on it. I've had several people from the school talk to me about kids talking to them, wondering when it's gonna be ready.
When it's gonna happen. Hurry up and
So,
wait.
yeah, I honestly don't take my word for it. Go look at the research of communities that have done this.
Caden, doesn't Shelby have one? Didn't you guys just go and put together?
Yes, yeah, we just got one put together. I think it actually opened this summer, so
Okay. I thought I saw that. I may reach out to some of the, I knew some of the folks who worked on that, so I may lean on them to see what they can point us in the right direction as well.
Well, and I'm wading through resources. I'm wading through there's lots of information out there. And it's great because it means that it might cost us next to nothing, which would be wonderful. But honestly, my heart is in the youth. For me, this is just the beginning. So I want to know, I'm putting out there to our community, what else do you want to see? What else do you think will benefit our youth?
And we have that in our needs survey.
Yeah, so good. I look forward to what we see. The other thing I have is last year on the Choteau online yard sale, and a lot of people shared it to their public page. I shouldn't say I just shared it. A post was shared about what is one thing you need but cannot afford right now. And it kind of went
Semi-viral.
It was semi-viral last year, and it's on there again this year. And I would encourage you to go share it and go look at what people need. So many needs in our community were met by other community members that were either going to throw it away or donate it or hadn't used it. And it really made this time of year so much better for our community members last year. So I would just encourage the community to go check that out, maybe even just put down a list of what you have and somebody will PM you. I had 2 of them last year that PM'd me, and it's just, it does my heart good to see our community coming together again this time of year. So I think that's what I've got. I said my piece about the new council person, so.
Cool. From the mayor's desk, my correspondence for the month is up here, a couple letters. All 4 letters from the council people that applied are here. Responded to some emails that are there. Starting to get comments, both pros and cons on the dog park. And I would tell folks out there that if you have a comment, either pro or for the dog park, our dog park meeting will be November 30th at 7 p.m. at the pavilion. I'd ask you to put them in writing, get them to us at City Hall, drop them off, fax them. My email's on the ad in the Choteau account, then I'll have that out on our social media pages as well. Working with trying to put together a plan. A while back, we had a communications outage here in Choteau. We had the power went down, cell phones were out, 911 was out, and we had a prolonged period of time where no one could communicate. And it knocked out the communications for us here at City Hall as well. And had we not been paying attention, we would have had a very, very large mess at the wastewater treatment facility, because without the internet, we can't communicate. We had copper lines that ran to all these facilities to prevent things like that, but with the influence of fiber, they took them down. So what I'm trying to get put together is a radio system for our city employees. We had one at one time and it kind of went away. Gonna talk to Gary Kleinsasser about some things. I have a list, BJ went through and kind of inventoried what we had, and all of our stuff is outdated and antiquated and couldn't be updated. I would rather we get a system that we could integrate into the city fire department if need be, possibly the sheriff's office if need be, but those types of things increase costs. But I would like to find a viable way, and I'm working with some grants, reached out to Senator Daines' office and Senator Tester's office about, there are literally millions of dollars in CARES Act dollars that are still out there that have not been spent, trying to find out how we could possibly access some of that to take care of this. But we're probably looking at 10 radios altogether, some handhelds, a couple pickup mounted units and a base unit. So that's one of the things that I've got on my desk right now. I was very slow in getting correspondence out this month. I'll be the first to tell you that. I had a lot on my plate trying to get work with the growth policy and keep that stuff moving, but that's been taken care of and in the hands of the others for the time being until we get our community needs survey back. We continue, and I will continue to tell folks out there, if you need help cleaning up your property, if you have stuff that you want moved, taken out, that you can't get, or it's too big or too burdensome for you, call us. I still believe in my heart of hearts, as does Mike with Public Works and those that I've chatted with, that it's a better use of our city dollars to come and help you clean up than it is for us to put another ordinance on the books that will not become, that we can't enforce. And why alienate somebody? I would rather say, if you need help moving that refrigerator or that car or the 40 bags of garbage or the pallets you have, come to us. Let us help you get it cleaned up. It does our city good. It makes us all a better place to be. And it's cheaper to spend some man hours doing that than it is to sit here, do public hearings about ordinances, knowing full well we can't enforce them or have no ability to enforce them. So please ask, even the smallest of stuff, we're here to help. I want to make sure that we get this done and make people feel that it's not a burden to ask us that this is the way to go. Other than that, right now, my next thing on my plate is the dog park meeting on the 30th. It is posted as a public meeting, so council members, you can attend if you're not at Honors Choir or someplace like that, and listen in and hear the folks. Again, as council members and folks out there, please send it. If people are commenting on, ask for them in writing. It's just nicer to have them on file that way. And I have a file on my desk already with some comments in it. So anything from the public tonight? Rich? Phyllis? Tammy? Mel? Okay. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Choteau. Mel just brought something up. Let's go out and support Power Dutton Brady this weekend in their bid for the Class C state football title over in Dutton. It's a home game, and
What time, Mel?
it's high noon if I'm not mistaken. It's going to compete with the Bobcats beating the Grizzlies. Oh, sorry. It's going to compete with the Bobcat Grizzly game, but I am more than willing to make the trip over there on Saturday to watch that game. They got a sponsor to get it on the radio, so it will be on KMON as well, AM. With nothing more, we are adjourned until our next council meeting of the 7th of December. And I may be a little bit kind of close to get here. I have a doctor's appointment that afternoon with my ear, nose, and throat guy at 2:45, but I'll be beating cleats to get back. Okay?
And I'll be out of town, but I'll be here digitally.
In digital. Okay?
Change the time to a little later.
No, because then I don't want to step on her. She might have another meeting that night. We may look at changing the time. And I can see somebody's already changed my name on the social, up on my screen. It says Go Grizz. So with that, we will adjourn till 7 December. Thanks, everybody.
Have a
Batten
good
down the
night.
hatches for the wind. See ya. Thanks, Caden.